You think you've seen it all when it comes to cars, but the automotive world is full of surprises. From bizarre designs to vehicles that seem more like art projects than practical transportation. Today at MotorVerseHub, we're counting down the 5 weirdest cars you won't believe exist. These are machines that challenge everything we think about driving, style, and engineering. Stick around because number 3 will absolutely blow your mind. Starting off our list at number 5 is the BMW Isetta, also known as the bubble car. This tiny, egg-shaped microcar was designed in the 1950s to be a compact, affordable vehicle for crowded European cities. What makes it weird? The entire front of the car opens like a door, and it only has 3 wheels, 2 at the back and 1 in front. Sitting inside feels like being in a plastic capsule, and despite its tiny size, it could fit 2 people. The Isetta became famous for its quirky shape and its unusual driving experience. And even today, it remains a collector's favorite for anyone who loves something that stands out on the road. The bubble-shaped body, the front opening door, and the way it zips through narrow streets give it a charm that's equal parts absurd and fascinating. Coming in at number 4 is the Tata Nano, billed as the world's cheapest car when it launched in India in 2008. While the Nano was praised for its affordability, it also gained attention for its odd design. Tiny, boxy, and sometimes unstable in appearance, it looks less like a traditional car and more like a toy. Its simplicity and low cost make it a standout example of minimalist automotive engineering. But the weird part is how it challenges our expectations of what a real car should look like. Despite being a practical solution for millions, its shape and size make it appear comically small, especially compared to standard vehicles on the road. Seeing one on the highway is a surreal experience. It's like a miniature car sneaked into the real world. At number 3, and the one you absolutely won't believe, is the Pontiac Aztek. This vehicle has a reputation that borders on legendary for its odd styling. Released in the early 2000s, the Aztek was designed to be a crossover SUV, but the result was polarizing. Its sharp angles, strange proportions, and unusual rear-end design make it one of the most controversial cars ever made. Some people love it for its uniqueness, but most automotive fans find it visually jarring. The Aztek is a car that looks like it was assembled from pieces of several other cars, without a clear design plan. Despite its aesthetic challenges, it's functional and even practical, featuring a spacious interior and modular seating. But when you see one parked on the street, your first reaction is usually disbelief. Number 2 on our list is the Mercedes-Benz Bionic car, a prototype that looks like it rolled straight out of a science fiction movie. Inspired by the shape of a boxfish, this concept car focuses on aerodynamics and fuel efficiency. Its angular geometric body is not only futuristic in appearance, but also extremely functional. Engineers used the fish's natural shape to optimize airflow, reduce drag, and save fuel. While it never went into mass production, the Bionic car remains one of the strangest-looking vehicles ever engineered, with a style that looks more experimental than anything you'd expect to see on a daily commute. Its design is so unusual that even today, it feels like it belongs in a museum rather than on a highway. Finally, taking the number 1 spot for weirdest cars is the Peel P50, officially the smallest car ever produced. Standing at less than 4 feet long and 3 feet wide, the Peel P50 is tiny enough to fit inside some elevators. This microcar is so small it only has 3 wheels and can carry a single adult and a small bag of groceries. It was built in the 1960s on the Isle of Man, designed for extreme urban compactness. Driving it feels surreal. It's almost like riding a scooter with a roof. The Peel P50 is a car that looks absurd to the untrained eye, but its inventiveness and simplicity make it a remarkable piece of automotive history. It has the ultimate weird car for anyone who wants to experience something truly out of the ordinary. Across all 5 of these vehicles, there's one thing in common. Each one challenges conventional ideas about what a car should look like, how it should function, and what it can be. From tiny city runabouts to futuristic aerodynamic experiments, these cars prove that the automotive world isn't just about speed or luxury. It is about creativity, innovation, and sometimes just having fun with the design process. The Isetta, Tata Nano, Pontiac Aztek, Mercedes-Benz Bionic, and Peel P50 are reminders that cars can be more than practical machines. They can be artistic expressions, cultural statements, or engineering experiments. Each car has its own story, its own place in history, and its own way of making us stop and stare. Some are functional and clever, some are hilarious, and some are downright bizarre, but all of them earn a spot in the Hall of Unusual Automotive Creations. What makes these cars truly fascinating isn't just their shape. It is the way they reflect the ideas and ambitions of the people who built them. Engineers, designers, and companies sometimes take risks that result in vehicles that defy expectations. Some of these experiments succeed in their goals, some fail spectacularly, but all of them leave an impression. Watching these cars on the road or in pictures sparks curiosity, makes us laugh, and sometimes even inspires our own creativity in design or DIY projects. So next time you see a car that looks weird or different, remember, the automotive world is full of experiments, bold ideas, and a little bit of madness. The cars on this list show that imagination can thrive even in something as everyday as a car. If you loved seeing the 5 strangest cars ever made, don't forget to subscribe to MotorVerseHub. We bring you more unusual vehicles, amazing transformations, and automotive stories you won't see anywhere else. From the tiniest Peel P50 to the futuristic Mercedes Bionic, these cars prove that weird can be wonderful. Stay tuned, because at MotorVerseHub, the next project might be even stranger, even crazier, and just as unforgettable.